Hello, I'm Daniela, and welcome to the June Stitch With Me in 2026 prompt. We're going to get started right away. Unlike last month, which the prompt was the satin stitch, which I find to be challenging, and many of you did too. In the comments, you replied that you kind of agreed with me. This month is the blanket stitch, and this stitch opens up so many doors. So many, in fact, that I created a playlist to show many variations of the blanket stitch. I'll show you the basic blanket stitch in today's video. I'll show you my prompt, but I really encourage you to check out my playlist here with the blanket stitch. There are just so many variations, and there are even more. I can't wait to see what you come up with. Let me show you what I came up with today. So the blanket stitch has so many variations, so many in fact, that instead of spending all the time on this video showing you them, I created a playlist, and I'll link to that in the video description. But there are just so many possibilities. And then once you go down that rabbit hole of studying, let me just show you a little behind the scenes here. I created so many pieces of blanket stitch. The blanket stitch joining fabrics, variations on the blanket stitch, the blanket wheel stitch, the looped blanket stitch, the sun blanket stitch, more examples of the blanket stitch used functionally, not just decoratively. So to get back to this piece here, just want to point them out to you really quickly. We have the standard blanket stitch used functionally right around the edges. Decoratively, up here it's not joining anything, it's just a beautiful stitch. Here is a various length stitch. Here's the double blanket stitch. I have another video for that. Here's the woven blanket stitch. Beautiful little element you can add to your stitching. There's a video for that. The scalloped blanket stitch. Video for that. Here's another version of it. There's the wheel blanket stitch. The sun blanket stitch. Blanket stitch used to make a leaf. Here I use the blanket stitch concentric circles to fill them in, and I have a couple of videos on that process, an old video and a newer one. I have the blanket stitch with variations with just moving the size stitch. You get a different effect, kind of like a drip cake. Here's the clothes blanket stitch. So it just goes on, and I'm sure there are more variations. The looped blanket stitch, this one is kind of an interesting one, and it can be used in so many ways. So let me just show you a quick demo. You can get more involved on the link in my channel to see all the variations. But for those that don't know it or just want a refresher, the blanket stitch is very simple. I used 2 lines just to demonstrate it. And you want to come up at one point, just start your stitch. I'm going to start right at the top here. Leave a little loop, and then I go diagonal. Now, if you want the stitches to be wide, you go wider diagonal. If you want them to be tight, you go close diagonal. I'm just going to come up here, pull my stitch, and before I get to the end, I like to leave a little bit of looseness here, or a loop. I'm going to bring my stitch up parallel right to that spot I created that stitch. And there's my first stitch. Now, standard blanket stitch, all the stitches are as wide as they are tall. So the next one would come here. I would come up here, keeping my thread behind it, pull, and finish it. You can vary this however you'd like. You vary the length of your stitches and you get that drip effect. You vary the width of your stitches and you get something completely random. So it's quite stunning, the results. Now I really like to see all the different effects you get if you make those stitches little and smaller together. And I think they're very effective done multiple. I also think it's effective to do it random, so it really depends on the look you're going for. This is a beautiful edging on a blanket. It joins 2 pieces, kind of hides the raw edge. And so that's the basic blanket stitch in a nutshell. Just like that. Now to create my piece, I have my page here. It's on the back of last month's prompt, the dreaded satin stitch, and it will go like this. And I'll put this underneath that label. I've already labeled the blanket stitch. So it will look like this when it's sewn together. And I have my page here, an area for the spine. So let's start designing. Now to do the blanket stitch, I originally thought to make a little blanket and attach it to the page. I thought that was kind of cute. But I found this beautiful piece of fabric, and it's very timely because my sister lives in Italy and I recently visited her, and this just reminded me of that vacation. So I'm going to use this. I added a piece on the backing just to give it a little oomph, and I'm going to stitch that down using a blanket stitch right on the edge. Because it's so large, this little patch here, which is just a piece of fabric, I'll trim it down. So here I have my piece. Now I know my spine's going to be here and my label's going to be here, and I want to frame it using the blanket stitch. So the first thing I'll do is attach it using the blanket stitch, and I'll use black thread. And because of this piece having these black outlines, which I think is really neat, I'm going to take some embroidery floss and just emphasize some of the shapes here. So I attach my patch using the blanket stitch, and now I want to add a little more of a border. Up top, I want to add that scalloped blanket stitch. I just want 3 scallops. So I kind of just eyeball where I want them to be. So I have my drape, and then I can kind of pull it in. I like the scallops to kind of drape a little heavier in the center instead of just parallel lines. So I have my scalloped edge there, and I'll stitch that. And then I just want to do the closed blanket stitch around here in a U shape. And the closed blanket stitch is the triangles. It can be done in a straight line, or it can be done kind of in a garland effect. So here's the straight line, here's the garland effect. I'm just going to use it as a straight line. And I'll have it come here. This will be the outer edge. I'll come around this way with my triangles. And I'll sew this off camera. Now for both of those stitches, I have short videos, very short videos, like under 5 minutes, showing how to create each stitch. So that's my completed piece. I framed it with a closed stitch and the scalloped blanket stitch, as well as framing it, adding a little bunch of stitches inside. And now I'll just combine the pages and add the label to the side here. In a few weeks, I'll release a video just showing how I add some of the pages to my spine, in case you want to get started with that. So that's the video for June 2026. The blanket stitch. I hope you'll check out the playlist. I can't wait to see what you propose and that you create in our Facebook group. In a couple of weeks, I'll post a video showing how I attach my pages to the spine so we can get started. We only have 6 months to go. We've got 6 prompts, attaching the pages to the spine and completing the book, in addition to the covers. If you've enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and be sure to subscribe. Thanks for joining me today.